Hey there, welcome back to Tricky Notes. This is probably one of the first video podcasts I've done. I've done audio, so that's why I'm saying welcome back. But if you're new to the YouTube channel, this is welcome. I'm Trick, and I love to talk music. I'm also a collector, and I just got back from Nashville Gay Pride, and I am sweaty and tired. My feet are barking at me, but it was a good experience. And of course, I tie everything in the music, and that's just how I am. And I got to thinking about songs that talk about the gay experience. Some of my favorites that just talk about the experience of being gay in different aspects. So I kind of wanted to share some of those with you, and kind of show you items from my collection as well. Some of them match exactly, some of them don't. We'll kind of get into that, but just kind of wanted to do that. I thought it'd be fun, and we're almost out of Pride Month, so I need, if I were going to do this, I need to do it now. So here we go. Let's talk about Bronski Beats Small Town Boy. Now, this is not Bronski Beats CD. This is the Communards. Now, the Communards were Jimmy Somerville's band after Bronski Beat. He was only part of Bronski Beat for the first album. And if you want to hear more about that, I would recommend going to Trash Theory's channel. If you've never watched his, he has a series called The New British Canon. He did a whole episode on Small Town Boy, which is the song we're talking about, Small Town Boy. And I love Small Town Boy because it really speaks to the experience of growing up, not really kind of fitting in, and you just have to escape and kind of get away so you can actually live and be yourself fully and authentically. And he talks about the love that you need, you'll never be found at home. And that's really why that, to me, speaks to the gay experience so broadly. And it does go beyond gay experience. A lot of people have to escape the shackles of what they were brought up in, the ideas, the community, and all that goes along with that. But Small Town Boy is just a fantastic, fantastic song. And, definitely should be talked about more. It's, just one of those great ones. So, Bronski Beats Small Town Boys, like I said, that's the Communards instead. The next, we're going to talk about a song called Menergy. Yes, I said Men-er-G, as it's said many times in the song. And this is by Patrick Cowley. This is one of his greatest 12-inch collections on CD. Now, Patrick Cowley, if you're not familiar with him, he was kind of one of those synthesizer pioneers of the early 80s. Unfortunately, he was taken down by, at that point, what was called GRID, which later was HIV/AIDS. And he died, really young, before his career really kind of hit the mainstream. But Menergy, going back to the song itself, the Menergy is just really gives you a glimpse of the gay nightlife, especially the gay nightlife pre-HIV/AIDS, when it was very flirty and sexual, and just the sexual tension was everywhere. And it's just, and it just the hookup culture and all that goes along with it. Is just a fun song, and it actually hit number one on the dance charts in 1981, which was, pretty good. Now, if you do look this song up on streaming, most often the version with Sylvester singing vocals is going to pop up, but that's not the original. The original did not have Sylvester. Sylvester went back and re-recorded it with his vocals after Patrick Cowley passed away. So the original didn't have him on it, so it's definitely, check it out. So, all right. Next, we got Jermaine Stewart. We don't have to take our clothes off. Now, I know I just went from hookup culture to not hooking up, but this talks about the other aspect of gay culture and dating. It's like you don't have to have sex all the time. You know, you can have fun without that being a part of it. And I just, you know, the song's still flirty and fun, and but also, you know, reality. Sometimes you don't have to take your clothes off. So it's really a lot of fun. I know this 12-inch has seen better days. It used to be a DJ copy. You know, one thing about my collection is like I want the music. I don't necessarily care about condition all the time as long as it's playable. So sometimes, you know, if I really, really love something, I'll want something pristine, and I do love this. I just haven't found a pristine copy I love yet. So, but I have the one I lot, and see the ring light. I'm still learning. Give me some grace. I'm figuring it out. But Jermaine Stewart, he's one of those that unfortunately is not remembered. He's not a one-hit wonder. He had other hits like Jody and Say It Again. But this is definitely one that's the most remembered for him. And gotta love his style back in the day, those 80s styles. So, but yeah, we don't have to take our clothes off. Now let's kind of switch up a little bit. We got Katie Lang, Sexuality. This is the maxi single, so this has all the dance remixes on it. And, you know, there's some of the remixers and stuff. I love this song because it's like talks about how, you know, just kind of liberate yourself and just be free and just, you know, not hide anymore and just be integral. And, you know, she says, unleash your sexuality on me, you know. It's just really, you know, once again, going back to that flirtatious, but one of those is like, hey, you don't have to hide. You can just be fully who you are and just completely embrace it. So love this song. The remixes are good. And yeah, I mean, not much. I mean, the song's pretty self-explanatory. So, all right, next we got REM's out of Losing My Religion. You know, it's one of those classic songs. Everybody knows the song, but it really does speak to the gay experience. Michael Stipe has talked about how the song's literally about him like dropping hints over and over to this guy, and finally like saying, you know, dropping a hint like the size of Montana on this guy, and he's still not getting it. And the longing and the disappointment and all that goes along with that is what's centered on the song. And, you know, it's melancholy, but it's so freaking good. You know, so, you know, it's part of the gay experience. You know, sometimes you're longing for somebody that's not available or, you know, not even gay. But you're just drawn to them. You know, there's something about them. And, you know, that's everybody's experience, but especially in the gay community, just love that. So, next one. Now this one, a little bit more explanation. So, my first boyfriend, when I had him when I was 19, long time ago, a long time ago, we used to slow dance together in the living room. It was like so puppy love, romantic, you know. And Melissa Etheridge had a song on Your Little Secret album called Nowhere to Go. And that song reminds me of those days. And, you know, this is like the chorus is like, there's no one to hear, you might as well scream. You know, they never woke up from the American dream. And they don't understand what they don't see. They look through you and they look past me. But you and I are dancing slow because we've got nowhere to go. And I just love that song. It's my favorite Melissa Etheridge song, hands down. This is a great album. This is actually the collector's edition, which is very interesting. It has more artwork to it that are all like, instead of like a booklet, it's all like individual pieces. So it's one of those I've had since since it came out in 95. So I've had it a few years. But yeah, there's Nowhere to Go. It's just one of those really, really fun, just kind of romantic songs. And I just love it. So those are some of my favorites to talk about the gay experience. I mean, nothing crazy. And there's plenty of other songs to talk about the gay experience. These are just some that I was thinking about, that I thought would be good to kind of talk about and remind people that they exist or introduce them to you. So if you like what you saw, make sure, since it's YouTube, I guess I kind of have to say, hey, like, subscribe, comment, give me your thoughts. I do plan on making a playlist that goes along with the videos so you can actually listen to the songs if you're not familiar with. And I'll link those in the show notes and all that good stuff. So once again, this is Tricky Notes. We'll see how this goes. So make sure you keep around, see what else I got cooking. I'd love to show off my music collection. So I'll be doing more of that. I got over 6,000 pieces in my physical music collection. I have some on the wall, obviously. So yeah. So look forward to the next time, and until then, much love.